Morning, members.
Good morning, Bayadi.
Morning. I'm just admitting the chair now. I wanted to let members know that we're just waiting for the chairperson. Morning, Chair.
Morning.
Yes, morning, Chair. It's 9 o'clock. We have got enough members to start with the meeting.
Okay, thanks very much, members, and good morning, colleagues. Welcome to this important meeting to deal with the item as appear on the agenda. Last week, or in the last committee meeting, we dealt with the 3 annual reports of the Home Affairs, the IEC, and the Government Printing Works. And members, you contributed to the discussion or the presentation that were made to our attention. And there were some outstanding questions, written questions that you have considered to forward to department for them to able to respond to the committee for purpose of consultation of the BRRR report. We do so conscious to the fact that some of the responses might not have been responded to the committee, and some might have been sent late, and that contributed to delay of the final consultation of the report. So, but those are the issues that the committee members will able to reflect and deal with as we move forward. Secondly, you'll note that we have instructed or requested our committee secretary to write a correspondence to the minister in relation to the update of the consequential amendments, and also some of the issues that were standing to the attention of the portfolio committee. We have requested that we get that response in writing, but also the minister to present that update to the meeting. I'm fully aware that today we are not going to deal with either the portfolios that were conducting oversight, but also noting that the Ministry or Home Affairs, since yesterday and today, they have convening of the workshop in relation to the issues that later will be presented to the portfolio committee. On those opening remark, we request Mr. Matonsi to render item number 2, and I consider that the agenda has been considered, and apologies if the apology, and then we'll then move to get guidance in relation to the 3rd item for members to reflect on. But also I'll invite Mr. Salmon just to give his readiness, or if all the issues have been considered, then members will guide from there. I'm fully aware on the issues raised before the chair by Honorable Pillay and Honorable Ross in relation to the item number 3, but I think they will formally present the issues in the meeting. Mr. Matonsi?
Yes, Chair. I've got no apologies except that Ms. Kanyede, she has indicated that she will leave earlier because she has got another engagement. That's all from me, Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. I consider there's no any other apologies before the committee. Let's note and accept the apology. I'm inviting Mr. Salmon just to brief your readiness and the issues that members have raised, whether you have received joy, when the response were sent, if not, who did not, and when did you send the report to the committee, so that before we get into you presenting, we deal with those issues first.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, all colleagues and members. Yes, I sent out the draft, the first draft to the Chairperson actually on Sunday evening, and then Monday morning. Yesterday, we sent out at around 11 the inputs based on the information we had. We then received subsequent information from the GPW, which we then included in the second draft, along with the responses from the DHA that we received on the last year's BRRR, which also had an impact on the draft. So we sent the second draft yesterday at around 5:30. And then subsequently in the evening, we also then received a written response from the IEC, which we haven't included, but it's only 2 pages long, so it should be fairly easy to include. I also then got a written response from Honorable Ruus this morning in submission in response to the draft that I sent yesterday, which I briefly had a look at this morning. But just to indicate that the deadline for the submission of this report is on Friday. And as yet, we have not received responses from the DHA on the written request. There were only written questions received from Honorable Ruus, to which I said the DHA and the IEC and the GPW have responded, but not the DHA yet. And then we also received last night late the 52-page document from the DHA responding to the budget vote recommendations, which we adopted April, May this year. We haven't received this kind of document from the department before, but it could be useful information, and it could respond to some of the recommendations that we have in this report. So I'll seek guidance from members as to whether we should include this in the report. It's very long. We don't want to necessarily make a 100-page BRRR. We're already on something like 50 pages. So I'll just seek guidance on what we should do with the outstanding inputs from the DHA on written responses, as well as the significant response we received late last night. So that's just in terms of procedure. But yeah, we do need to adopt by Friday at the latest. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Mr. Salmon, for the good work. Members, I requested Mr. Salmon because we did have an engagement on Sunday with him, just to check on the issues and our readiness on this BRRR. So those are some of the issues he's raising, and I assume, I'm not definite, I'm assuming that members may not have gone through the report, but also the outstanding information is important. But it's concerning, I must emphasize that the department or those who were requested to respond took almost a week or so. Even today, we have not received this, or they send response very late. Whereas in the meeting session, when members, you were asking them questions, they're responding, they were definitely responding on the in the proceeding of the meeting. In other words, it may mean that some of the issues or responses they're giving us, if they take so long on the matter, that could have been responded if we were to spend the whole day in that meeting. So it's one of the concerns that we taking forth. But let me get your views so that we're able to proceed. I will invite Honorable Pillay, Honorable Ruus, Honorable Molekwa, Honorable Khanyile, Honorable Lokhwase, Honorable van der Merwe, and Honorable Mutisimta on the issues that Mr. Salmon has submitted before the committee. In that order.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Chair, let me apologize for my video. We have really bad weather in Durban. Chairperson, let me also appreciate the efforts by the content advisor, Adam. But I have to raise concerns that you may have already raised, and that is these lengthy documents having been received, less than 24 hours before meeting, does not assist us as members to be able to thoroughly scrutinize and to be able to make valuable inputs. The other concern I have is that we are going to have to adopt the BRRR. And in light of that, Chair, I want to propose that we call for a special meeting. And I'm just concerned now, I heard Adam say Friday. So perhaps it has to be Friday, then Friday early morning, for us to be able to adopt, because I can't see us being able to adopt today without having been able to go through everything timeously, one, and two, also then to look at the responses and add some of the information that we received late. But I think we must register our concern. And Chairperson, I hope that you will write to the departments, or Eddie will write to the departments and express our concerns about them not responding timeously. But Chair, my proposal is that we look at adopting it on Friday and not today, so that it allows members to be able to go through everything. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much in that order. Thank you very much, Honorable Pile. Honorable Lekwa. Honorable Ross.
Thank you, Chair. I think Honorable Pillay has covered it very well. Chairperson, this is not the first time, so I've raised it as well. The fact that these reports come late, but in this case, it's even worse because you prepare for a BRRR meeting. These are the kind of questions you should be able to answer immediately in that meeting. These are not special questions that require a lot of research and putting a report together. So that has to be also a serious concern, the fact that it takes so long to answer questions that one should be prepared to answer at the snap of a finger. And so I support Honorable Pilay's proposal to do this on Friday. Chairperson, I did submit a number of edits and changes to the report that could help with that process. And so yes, Chairperson, I agree with Honorable Pillay in terms of the need to take this up with the department more seriously, and then also to potentially have a special meeting on Friday to finalize this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Ross. Honorable Lekwasa.
Thank you very much, Chair, and good morning to all the colleagues on the platform. Chair, without any waste of time, I'm going to align myself with the suggestion made by Honorable Pillay to say that we must deal with this issue on a special meeting, which is suggested be held on Friday. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Lekwasa. Honorable Kanyile.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. Greetings to you and to all colleagues on the platform. Chairperson, I have been largely covered by Honorable Ross. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Kanyile. Co-Chair, Honorable Van der Merwe.
Good morning to you, our Chairperson, and good morning to the colleagues and our support staff. Let me also thank Mr. Salmon for the report, Chairperson. I will align myself with the view that we cannot adopt today and that we need to obviously have a special meeting on Friday. I will not be available because I've got an ethics meeting, but I undertake to read through the report and make any suggestions if need be. But then secondly, on the issue of the lateness of the answers that we received, Chairperson, I even want to make an additional comment to say that, I was really dismayed during our meeting on Tuesday. I thought the quality of the answers that we received during the meeting was poor. I think many of the issues we raised were not answered. And, it becomes problematic. That's why I didn't even, consider putting in more questions in writing, because I felt most of the questions that we asked were not properly answered. And somehow I feel that we as a committee, when we engage with the department, we always do so on the basis of respect. We treat them, it's not like they come to a hostile environment. So it's then really baffling as to why, when we've got such an important meeting as we had last week, where most of the questions, I think, were just skipped over, especially when it came to the immigration matters. And then a similar thing now where information comes to us very late. Now, Parliament has got a convention or a rule that says information must reach us at least 48 hours before. And I really would like to appeal, like the Honourable Pillay said, that we start dealing with these matters in a more serious manner. Our term of Parliament is coming to an end, and there's still a lot of work to be done. For example, we couldn't really waste today's meeting in terms of not being able to do any work. So we need to be a little bit more strong in how we deal with some of these matters, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Merve. Honorable Modisemta.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I think I also share the same sentiments with all the members who have expressed the view, and also want to support the suggestion by Honorable Pillay that we refer this report to a special meeting on a Friday. Thank you very much.
No, thanks, members, on your guidance on how we must deal with these issues. We'll request that these concerns must be expressed with the Minister, Mr. Matonzi, in his attendance on Friday, so that we are able to affirm our authority as the institution that conduct oversight over the department. And I think we will take that posture, and all the outstanding issues that Mr. Matonzi in our administrative meeting, we have requested you to write to the minister. We request that you follow up. I know that you have written already, so that the minister respond to the issues on Friday morning, and he must attend that meeting. I will propose that we start the meeting at 8:30 on Friday, because it will not be a long meeting, noting that the draft has already been circulated. The issues are also we're going to look at them, and we request that if there any other issues, we send to the committee content advisor, Mr. Salmon, so that on Friday we don't read through the entire document, but we talk to issues if they will arise. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Salmon, and then I'll let Mr. Matonzi.
Thank you, yes, Chairperson. Thank you for the guidance. I just request if we can maybe indicate that, I think Muzi is in our meeting now. If you can just indicate that we need that outstanding input from the DHA by today, as soon as possible, because if we need to give members time to consider the report, then their inputs, then that input is still necessary, and we need it urgency so that we can send members a draft. A revised draft tomorrow. Also, if members can take some time to give their inputs on the current draft, so that we can also include it. Let's say if we receive the department's inputs today, then we can send the draft tomorrow morning to members, and if they can please give inputs to me by the end of business tomorrow, then we can send the report by the end of business, by tomorrow evening, so that you have the whole of Thursday then to consider the report before the meeting. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. I think Muzi, you don't need to respond. I think it's carried that we'll need those responses by today. Mr. Salmon, I will also request that you also look. I've gone through the draft. Just go and check the previous BRRR recommendations, and in line with the ones that will be adopting on Friday, and progress on the two reports that we've been dealing with, and then we'll able to and highlight them in the meeting. But that is a matter we'll discuss before the portfolio committee meeting on Friday. Mr. Matonzi, our meeting, is it sufficient, or it will be in order that we start exactly at 8:30 in the morning, so that we allow other members who have commitments to or committees to attend to able to join other committee meetings?
Yes, Chairperson, there won't be any problem, and then I'll make an application today to the House Chair for that special meeting. So, Chair, just for clarity, you want the Minister to speak on the issue of constitutional amendments and marriages on Friday, or is it next week? Because you want the Minister to attend on Friday.
No, the concerns which are raised in relation to the BRRR,
all right, okay, it's fine.
We must table them before the Minister. Thank you. Members, thanks very much. Is there any other item, Mr. Matons? There's no any other item.
Chair, yeah, there are 2 sets of minutes that we need to adopt.
Okay. I'm sure you have circulated them to members, Mr. Matons.
Yes, I did.
Okay, thanks, members. Let's continue. The 2, okay. Yes, proceed, Mr. Matonzi.
Yes, this is the meeting of 19 September, the last meeting on the 3rd term, where the department was briefing the committee on their on the state capture report, the recommendations, and then also the issue of queries that members of the committee have sent to the department on behalf of members of the public. Those members, are the people that attended, Chair. Okay. Hello,
thanks.
Chair.
Yes, members, these are the minutes on our previous meeting. Any comments before we call for
Chairperson?
Honorable Ross?
Chair, I don't know if it needs to be added to the minutes, but I think it was an important point. It's called the advisory panel in this minutes, but it's the electoral reform consultation panel. And in that meeting, I highlighted, I said to the Minister, you said that you're going to have this resolved by the middle of November, but the deadline, the 4 months, is the 19th of October. And that matter needs to be urgently dealt with because you're going to miss the legislated deadline, which we now see is going to happen. So I don't know if it needs to be a change in there, but Chair, it is a big issue that, we raised this on the 19th of September. It's now almost the 19th of October. We haven't even received the panel names yet as a committee. And it seems like we passed legislation in this committee and the Minister just ignores it. 4 months has been given to do this and it hasn't been done. But that is not reflected in here. The fact that we as a committee advised the Minister that he's going to miss the deadline and what that deadline was, and that he needs to treat the matter with urgency. So that's the only concern I really have with these minutes, Chair.
Mr. Matons, where is the line there?
Let me just check.
The electoral system can go up.
Yeah, no. So I think what Mr. Ross is saying is that that input is not in here.
Can we go action 2?
Go down.
Oh, we're dealing with the state law. What do you call it? Sorry, the
no, it's not yet.
7.2. 7.2.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the minister's?
I'm just checking if not captured in the responses, Chair, but it was raised here under 7.2.
Okay. Can I suggest that because we've written to the minister to brief us on the 3 issues, the committee wanted to establish where the process is. In fact, my understanding was that the minister could have, in that meeting, was supposed to have given a time frame in relation to the decision we've taken, or Parliament have taken in relation to this establishment of this electoral advisory committee or panel. And Honorable Ross indicates that the comments or the deliberation of the committee was informed by the decision Parliament has taken on the time frame for the establishment of this committee. I think that is the sense of the view that is expressed by Honorable Ross.
Sorry, Chair.
Chairperson.
Yes, Honorable.
I think the main point is just that we told the minister that he'd said he was going to look at this in November, and then I specifically said, Minister, you only have 4 months, and it's going to expire on the 19th of October. So it's just not reflected here that we indicated this to the minister, because now it's happened, and it's not our response. In terms of the legislation, the minister needs to put together the process to appoint the panel in consultation with the IEC and then with the approval of Parliament.
Yes, that I think
that we note here that we said, Minister, you're going to miss this deadline, and it's the 19th. That's my only concern with it, Chair.
Okay. Let's note that, Mr. Matonzi.
Yes, I'll include it, Chairperson.
Okay. Any amendments?
Chairperson.
Honorable Pile?
Yes, Chair. I just wanted to indicate that when you come to item 8, where there are responses, there is a response on the process, not on the committee, where the minister reported that DHA was waiting for the nearest cabinet slot to present the consequential amendment. So there was a response to the consequential amendments. But the one that Honorable Rose is raising is in respect of the post the election, the panel that was going to look at consultation on this electoral reform system. And I think it's captured up there in item number 7. It just, what needs to be added is that we had passed the legislation that said it needed to be appointed within this period. And the concern is that we are delayed in doing that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, members. I think we'll capture or reconcile is the same matter, Mr. Matonzi.
Yes.
Can I invite mover for adoption with the amendments made?
Chair, I'll move for the adoption with the amendments that are carried.
Thank you, Honorable Pillay. Seconder?
Chair, I'll second.
Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Ross. Minutes are carried with amendments. Can you move to the last minutes, Mr. Matonzi?
Yes, Chair. The last minutes is of the meeting last week, where we dealt with the annual reports of the entities and also with the AG.
Thank you very much, members. Any comment?
Chairperson?
Honorable Ross?
I don't want to let you down. I have to give a comment. Chair, just on item 5.2.5, it's to do with the BMA's allocation of the funding that they asked for. 5.2.5. So I see here it says they were only allocated 50% of what they required. But when we had a meeting with the BMA, Dr. Masia Patra said that they asked for 2.9 billion and they received 250 million. So I think that's about less than 10%.
Chairperson, if I could just clarify on that one, the 2.9 billion was over the medium-term expenditure framework. So it's over the next 3 years. So that 250 million was half of what they request for this current financial year. So that's half of the 500 million that they requested. But we can make that more clear in the point.
Oh, no, that's fine, Chair, that's fine. And then on 5.2.10, then it speaks about the impairment of 440 million. And my question there, wasn't it 540 million?
Again, if I can come in there, Chairperson, the 550 million was the total impairment, of which about 90 million was actually finalized by by DIRCO. So there was an outstanding amount of 440.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Those are my only concerns.
Okay, thank you very much. Members, can I now move for the adoption of the minutes?
I move with the adoption of the minutes, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Khwase. Seconder?
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ross. Minutes are carried. Do you have any other minutes, Mr. Matonsi?
No, that was all, Chair.
Okay. Thanks, members, for considering the minutes. We then take forward the meeting on Friday at 8:30 and all the issues by then, Mr. Matonsi. By today in the afternoon, we need to reflect on the issues that members have raised and what the minister ought to respond to on Friday in the morning. And any announcement, Mr. Matonsi?
No, there's nothing, Chair.
Okay, thanks very much, members. The meeting stand adjourned.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson.